Let's go. Let's go, Big Mac. Well, what's up, guys? This is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and today is the day. It's kind of a sad day, but it's kind of the end of an era. We've had Big Mac here on our farm for about a year and a half, and today we're loading him up in the trailer and we're headed to town. Big Mac, you got to come out of the barn. Houston, move, buddy. Move. Come on. Come on. Let's go, Big Mac. This ought to be about 50 times easier than that wild, crazy heifer that we had last time. Huh, Big Mac? Let's go. Come on, Big Mac. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, back up, Houston. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ha 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 ha. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Yeah, yeah. Come on, Big Mac.
Come on.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good job. Woo!
Oh, shit.
Good boy, Big Mac. Good boy. Good job. No, you don't need food. I was beginning to wonder. That first step was a challenge. Big Mac's never been in a trailer like that, so this was a first experience for him. When he came to our farm, he was about 150 pounds, and we brought him in a little small, like, goat cage. So you get him out?
Let him out.
Come on, Big Mac. We'll get you out of there, buddy. You all right in there, Big Mac? Huh? You all right in there? Trying not to get ran over. Come up my dirty windshield. You almost got it. Let's go. Let's go, Big Mac. Stay back. Stay back.
Let's go 1057.
Woohoo! What do you think he weighs?
12 or 13.
12 or 13? Yeah. I was guessing him at like 1,000. We're 1285.
Oh wow.
So anyway,
1285. It's all right. That's all right. You want to tell him goodbye? Huh?
Okay.
It's okay. All right. It's all right. It's okay. I said 1,285 pounds is a lot of beef. A lot of beef. I misjudged. I was thinking 1,000 pounds. Well, we made it home from a long day. Houston had a little bit of a stressful day today, but we got Big Mac dropped off at the processor, and we'll check back with you guys in about 3 weeks. We'll put all this on one video so you guys aren't holding out for 3 weeks, but My goodness, Big Mac was huge. I knew he was going to be that 1,000-pound range. I didn't think he was going to be 1,285 pounds. 1,285 pounds. Big Mac was well fed. He was well taken care of and well loved here on our place. But it's time to move on and move to the next cow. Huh. Ain't that right, Bear? Yeah. But we do have one other little thing going on. Houston doesn't know it yet, but he made a deal to trade one of Skip's babies. Skip had twins, a buck and a doe, and he's trading the little buck twin for a doe from a friend of mine, Tyson. It used to be, he had a channel, or has a channel. It used to be called TCB Farms. Now it's Tyson Family Farm, or Blevins Family Farm, I'm sorry. So he's gonna have one of our little buck kids. Houston was gonna just sell it to him, but they're trading. So he's supposed to be here before dark, hopefully. So we'll see. But this little doe kid that Houston's getting is not a Kiko. I mean, it may be part Kiko, but she is gorgeous.
I think I know him.
You think you know him?
Yeah.
I think he's bringing you a really pretty goat.
Yeah.
I think you worked out a good trade. I hope. The last people that you traded goats for a calf didn't bring the calf.
No. Oh. He's so cute.
What do you think, Houston?
She's really cute. She's just a baby?
Yep, she's about a month younger than y'all's.
If you're gonna trade goats, you better get yours. Better get yours caught.
Can I get someone to shut that gate at least?
Catch her, catch her, catch her, catch her. Good job.
It's okay. I'm your second father, bro.
She has had her shot, Daniel. I gave it to her.
That's come and picked up goats I gave their shot to. I haven't given her or given him one yet.
Ooh, well, I was getting yours, dude. Where do you want her at?
So this little spotted doe here, a lot of boar goats. There's a lot of people raise spotted boars. Look at her jumping. But you say, now what breed is she?
She is a cross between 3 different breeds. Her daddy was a cross between a Spanish and boar goat. He was a big old spotted, dappled. If you don't know what dappled, just think of like tie-dye. I mean, that's the easiest way for me to describe it. But and her mama was a 3-way mix of about 40% boar, 30% Kiko, and the rest was Spanish. So that's basically what pretty close to kind of what I raised is the mixture between the 3, really.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, she's pretty. We're losing light fast, but we're gonna leave her locked in here by herself. I'm not gonna let her in with the rest of these little bucks. I'm gonna keep her separated, and then tomorrow, hey, tomorrow, Houston, we'll just move her in with the rest of the does, okay? We're losing light, Houston. What'd you say, buddy?
I said I'm glad we traded. That's a really cute girl.
Dude, I hope she throws you some pretty babies in the future.
Yes.
And maybe you get a bunch more spots.
Or maybe I just get big boys like Isaac.
You might get big boys like Isaac. Hopefully he turns into a big boy like Isaac.
And just like that, we're 3 weeks back into the future. Back to the future, 3 weeks ahead. It's current day. We just got back from the processor. Bear is overly excited for some reason today. Anyways, we just got back from the processor with all of our meat from Big Mac. And let me tell you what, there's a lot. So I'm gonna start getting this stuff packed away in the freezer. We basically split Big Mac in half. Half's coming to our freezer here at home, and the other half is gonna be split between my in-laws. So between my wife's mom and dad and her brother and his wife, Dusty and Marissa from Cross Timbers Bison. Hopefully this pays off and we get a little bison meat in trade in the future. Maybe, just saying. But anyways, Big Mac, as you guys saw, weighed 1,285 pounds on the hoof, which equaled out to 800 pounds hanging weight. Bear, really, buddy? So We got a lot of meat to put in the freezer. I'm gonna walk in the garage and show you what all we had left over from that heifer that we had processed, which really hadn't been that long ago, honestly. So we've still got some meat in the freezer. We have 2 freezers, by the way. So we've got some goat left over that we still have that haven't eaten yet, some pork that Dutch gave us last fall, and then just a little bit, not a ton of meat left over from that wild, crazy heifer. Okay, so there is some beef left in here. We were just about out of hamburger meat. Hey, buddy, back up for a second.
Goat.
Yeah, goat. So we were down to about 10 or 12 packages of hamburger meat or ground beef. Everybody gets on to me when I call it hamburger meat. But we had a few steaks left and quite a few roasts and lots of chicken fry. And if you're not familiar with a chicken fry, it's basically a tenderized steak. Kind of an Oklahoma thing, or a southern thing, maybe not Oklahoma thing. And then we got one whole shelf. This is all just goat and some pork that Dutch gave us. Actually, there was a couple packages of elk meat from Emma's elk. I found it in the back of our freezer the other day. So
You trying to smash that on me?
Nope. So got the big freezer all cleaned out and ready to accept Big Mac. Yeah, I defrosted it.
Am I Big Mac?
So there's our portion of Big Mac. Obviously it didn't fill the freezer completely full, but if you could imagine, if we weren't splitting this steer, that freezer wouldn't have held all of Big Mac, because there's a whole, I mean, there's that much more outside. But we'll show you what we got. We got, I've never had these pre-made before, but they're hamburger patties, so quick, easy meal. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 12 packages of hamburger patties, a ton of ground beef, which we call hamburger meat around here. And I'll get more on that topic in just a minute. Lots of ribeye steaks, some nice T-bone steaks, and a few roasts. There's only like 3 roasts there. And I intentionally did not get a bunch of roast out of Big Mac. 2 things I didn't have made that we typically do were a lot of roasts and a lot of chicken fried steak, because we have plenty left over. So I'm going to try to get as much of this other stuff packed away into ice chests as quickly as I can, because Dusty and Marissa and then my in-laws are coming over to pick up their food. But I've got one more thing I want to show you that we got from Big Mac. Hey, where are you going? Get back over here. I was just going to show them the good part, and you're over here going, ugh. So last time I got in trouble. Last time we processed the heifer, I didn't keep a few things, and a lot of people got upset with me. But we had the liver, so we got several packages of liver. I don't know that my family's just going to eat a bunch of liver and onions.
Okay.
We could, but if Nana and Grumpy don't want it, it'd make good catfish bait. Just saying. I also have Emily's favorite cut of meat on a deer.
The what?
The heart. Yep. And then I've got one more special thing that I've never actually requested to be saved from a calf that I butchered. The tongue. We got a beef tongue this time. Usually we just let them, you know, either keep it, do away with it, sell it to somebody else, whatever they do. But this time, we got the tongue. And I'm thinking we're probably at some point going to have to do like beef tongue catch, clean, and cook. Or just a beef tongue taco cook.
Taco?
Heck yeah. Ooh. Okay, so I'm not gonna break down all of the costs that it went into raising Big Mac. Obviously, it could have been done a lot cheaper. And could you get better prices at the grocery store? Barry, you gotta stop, buddy. Go on, go. Right now, I'm not sure, because I went to the grocery store today and looked at the prices of just ground beef, not steaks, not all the different cuts, not all that stuff. Go somewhere else, Bear. Stop. And the cheaper hamburger meat, which is like the 80-20 ground, was like $5.79 a pound. And the more expensive 90-10, which is, you know, 90% lean, 10% fat, was like well over $6. I can't remember, $6.50 a pound, something like that. So beef prices are insane right now. So I'm very thankful our family has the ability to raise our own beef. But a lot of people want to know how much it costs to feed one out, how much it costs to process one. Listen, we raised Big Mac from the time he was weaned until butcher date on feed and grass in the pasture, but he was on feed for a long time. We spent some money raising Big Mac. I'm not going to deny that. But it's more important to me to know where my food comes from, to know where that beef came from, to know what it was fed, to know what went into it. Everything about it, I'm so much more comfortable than just going to the grocery store and buying a package of hamburger meat that might have came from 100 different cows spread about the country, all coming into one, you know, processing plant. But anyway, so as far as Big Mac goes, he was 1,285 pounds on the hoof, and the hanging weight, which is what you're paying to get processed, the hanging weight is after they remove the hide, the head, the internal organs, and the legs. So 2 sides of beef just hanging there like you've seen on TV. That was 800 pounds, and our processor charges 75 cents a pound for processing on the hanging weight, and like I think a $60 kill fee to dispose of everything. So yeah, it was a little pricey. I mean, like $665 I think was the total. But here, I'll just kind of give you a little breakdown. Here's what we got. I just kind of tallied it up. We had a total, not just in our freezer, but spread about the family, 26 T-bone steaks, 20 sirloin steaks, 24 club steaks, 6 roasts, and 220 pounds of hamburger meat. Let that sink in. 220 pounds of hamburger meat. And I just did a little quick math at $5.79 a pound, which we had ours cut to 80-20. $5.79 was the exact price today for hamburger meat in my local grocery store per pound. So 220 pounds times $5.79 per pound is $1,273 in ground beef alone. Okay, let that sink in. That's not the price of the steaks. I mean, 26 T-bones, and I have my T-bones cut 1.25 inches. They're thick steaks. There's a lot of weight in just the steaks. I'm not even going to try to give you a price on what all those steaks are worth for homegrown T-bone steaks. You can't buy those at the grocery store. I'm not even going to try to give you a price on those. So did we come out ahead versus going to the grocery store and buying everything? You know, I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole, because to me that's like comparing a Ford Taurus to a Corvette. You're not getting the same quality. You're not getting the same cut of meat. So if you want to go by the grocery store and buy all of your meat, that's perfectly fine. I'm not dogging anyone for that, but my family chooses to raise our own homegrown beef, and we absolutely have a freezer full of meat right now. And I know a ton of people don't agree with the way we do things, and I totally understand that, and I'll defend it to the death because it's just the way I do it. But a lot of people say, I can't believe that you name your calves and then your kids have to grow up with them knowing that they're going to be processed someday. They're like, when I was a kid, we had all of our calves in the pasture, and then we had the ones that we were going to eat over there that nobody really paid attention to. I just disagree with that. I want my kids to know where their food comes from. I want my kids to know that that steer or that goat or that pig that they're feeding every day will feed them someday. And we're going to treat it good. We're going to enjoy it while it's here. We're going to love it. We're going to pet on it, and we're going to name it. It's just the way I do things. Yes, Houston cried multiple times when Big Mac left, but I guarantee you he will remember that for the rest of his life. He may not remember each individual steer, but he will remember that we cared for those animals. And then when it came home and we put it in the freezer and we took that meat out and we thawed it out and we cooked it and prepared it for our family, and we sit around and we had a great meal together, that was special. It was important. You're not going to get that. You're just not going to get it if you go to the grocery store and buy that steak or buy that hamburger. it's just not gonna happen. So there's the legacy of Big Mac. The life of Big Mac came full circle, came a long ways. We got Big Mac just for one simple reason, because we had that wild, crazy heifer, and I thought if we put something else with her.
We found a bunch of strawberries.
Okay. They found strawberries. Houston and Jacoby found strawberries. Anyways, I decided if we put something with that crazy heifer, she might calm down. And a friend just so happened to had a calf that they had raised on a bottle and had weaned it, and their kids were not going to be able to eat that calf. And they knew that. They just decided they couldn't do it. So they called me and said, do you want to buy one? So Big Mac came to our farm for $150 as a companion for that crazy wild heifer. And Big Mac's life has come full circle. You guys saw earlier in the video where we loaded him right out of this chute, right into the trailer, and went to the processor. And now, guess what? So now Big Mac is in the freezer. We will enjoy all of that food for many months, probably close to a year. And the cycle starts over again. Really? Yeah? So the cycle starts over again with Whopper, our new steer that we're going to start feeding out. And Whopper was born in February, and I have no idea what's wrong with that little goat back there. He is not happy. Anyways, this guy was born in February, so he'll probably be here on our farm probably close to 18 months. So we're looking at about next fall. And you know, it's just going to be the life of Whopper. So the cycle continues. But anyways, guys, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section. I know some of you disagree with the way we do things, and I don't know why that goat is belly aching like that. Anyways, yeah. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. And where does your food come from? Do you know where your food comes from? I mean, I know not everybody has the ability to raise animals on their own property, but is it possible where you live to contact a farmer, contact someone that raises cattle, and go in and buy half of a side of beef, or a side of beef, a quarter side, whatever it is? Look around, find a small farm, find somebody that's raising cattle, and they can raise that animal. You buy it from them. They'll even haul it to the processor for you most of the time, and you just go pick up your meat. It's a great system. It helps out a local farmer. There's a lot of people around here doing that now. Processing dates are literally like, I asked my processor today, when's the nearest processing date you have for a beef? And she said October, because so many people are contacting small farms trying to find their own beef and not have to pay those extremely high prices at the grocery store. So anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a great day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video.